Warning: the following video might contain moments that might be too disturbing for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
So it was past midnight. My brother and I were checking out the new DLC for Fallout 3 called Point Lookout. It had just been released at the time. He was the one playing, and I was on the bed next to the computer observing. If you are familiar with this DLC, you know there's a mission in which you are sent to retrieve a very special book for a old man living in one of the mansions on Point Lookout. The book was called the Curve Beacon, and later on, you find out that it's supposed to have some kind of dark power and needs to be destroyed. You can either give it back to the man or destroy it by taking the book to the Dunwich building in the capital wasteland. As my brother interested in occult stuff, he found this quest really interesting. Before even doing anything more with the quest, he went on Fallout Wiki and looked up all the info he could find on the book and what would happen after. I thought it was stupid of him to get everything spoiled if he now found it such an interesting quest, but he said he somehow felt some kind of greater importance to it. After shooting through the ritual site, killing all the swamp folk there, he decided to destroy the book, which forced him to go back to the capital wasteland, the original game world. At this point, he didn't have enough caps to buy another riverboat ticket, so he killed Panada, a trader in Point Lookout at the docks, and took all of her caps. I found this very strange, as my brother isn't playing as a bad character and would always do the moral and right thing, wanting good karma, but not this time. After coming back to the riverboat docks in the capital wasteland, he began making his way towards the Dunwich building, Girder Shade, the place where you get the Nuka Cola challenge. Was the closest location discovered, so he went there, only to realize that the place was deserted. The two people that used to live in the little town had vanished. We thought it must have been a game bug, as my brother never killed them. We ignore it and he moved on. Finally, he arrived. He went through the levels pretty quick. When it is the hallucinations and the self-opening doors. We weren't really scared by any of that, because we knew it was going to be there. We got to the underchambers and placed the book on the creepy-looking altar, and somehow completed the mission by destroying the book. At this point, my brother figured it would be a good time to head to Ribbit City to sell some stuff he had gotten from Dunwich. Guess what? Not a single person could be found there. At this point, we got really freaked out. We checked the other settlements. Megaton, the Sentinel, 10 Penny Tower, and all of them were empty. We started the game and reloaded, but nothing helped. We figured we could go back to Point Lookout and see if there was anyone left there. The only problem was that Tobar, the guy who owns the boat, weren't around anymore neither, so we couldn't buy the ticket. When my brother was about to leave the boat again, he was attacked by the very same people missing from all the settlements. It must have been over 100 people just charging the boat, throwing grenades, shooting missiles. One of my brother dead. He didn't really have anything that could kill all the people at once. So we thought it would be a good idea if we went to the little cabin on the boat and wait for them to come. That didn't work out as we planned. They didn't run in. Instead, someone with a fat man launched a mini nuke into the cabin, completely blowing my brother into pieces. After that, the game froze and we had to restart it. Now everyone was fine. No one attacked us, and everyone was exactly where they were supposed to be. So that was Point Lookout, a creepypasta based around Fallout 3. And my thoughts on it, it's a pretty good one, since it doesn't have like the typical cliches of a gaming creepypasta, like the protagonist finding the game at the yard sale or garage store, and no realistic blood stuff. Just a classic old gaming creepypasta story. And it's the DLC, that wasn't like a game, but a DLC of a game, which is actually pretty interesting. And in the last half of the story is actually pretty intense, with the civilians going after the protagonist's brother, and pretty much in the by the like the last bit of it, it just mentions that everything's like normal. So basically, the game's actually cursed until it wasn't after the game crashed. So yeah. And anything else about this creepypasta? Hmm, don't have any else to say, but pretty good creepypasta. So I just hope you guys enjoyed this creepypasta reading of Point Lookout, a Fallout 3 creepypasta. So like and comment video and subscribe more content. So this is Mr. Freddy here, and I hope you have a very good day. So bye.